combination that be pretty damn nasty. We've seen the Oracle and DP can do so far today, and let's get ourselves into the game.
Last game of the day.
Last game of the day, and I believe maybe the last game running is there's still a game on the other channel. This game is still going on the other channel between Complexity and Wings, and that's the final one there on the first stream. This is the final one here on the second stream. And here we have it. The G's called and we're ready to get ourselves going. Vega versus Liquid. Vega so far, what's their run today? They're 1-1, lost 1. Beat Secret and they lost 2.
Liquid? No.
We got that
playing
now.
Liquid.
No, come on, don't spoil that, gods. We're going to pretend that we're, not fixing it.
They lost to Wings, was it? Yeah, they lost to Wings.
They lost to Wings?
Yeah, they lost to Wings. Wings are like a bit of a dark horse this tournament, I think. I wouldn't count Wings out.
Oh yeah, they did. It was a short game as well, wasn't it? Apparently 22 minutes or something. Yeah, I remember.
Were you casting that one?
No, I think Scout was.
Was I casting that one?
Maybe you did.
No, I don't think I was actually. I think that was a LD Lumi game, maybe.
Ah, okay. But yeah, so yeah, 1-1 at the moment for Vega. It's the groups are of course very close still at the end of this day, so this is a big game. And Liquid Devils, if they get this, they're going to look very, very comfortable, and also very likely to pretty much guarantee themselves a place in the knockouts if they get themselves a third win of the day.
Very interesting, like group stage. Group A is like 4 teams tied for 3rd place right now. And tomorrow's going to be like really important. Like every game just matters so much. And that's the thing. It's not just like every game today, every game tomorrow. Like even getting first in your group means you're straight into the semi-finals, guaranteed top 4. So.
Oh yeah,
if you're Liquid,
place is worth a lot.
Yeah, if you're Liquid, even if you've got you're 3-0, 4-0 every single game, you're still fighting your hearts out for every single game. It's the teams who start 0-3 that make their games that then don't matter as much.
Yeah, when we see them meet each other, you realise that.
If you're still in, you're trying to get first place. You want to go 5-0, get guaranteed semis, and also like if you're Liquid, you want to dodge LGD on the other side probably, and versa. Lightning setups, nothing too unpredictable. It looks like it will be Exalt level 1 from Fata, not necessarily meaning it's going to be an Exalt Invoker, but I think there's a good chance Liquid will be looking to put together like a couple of Necro books and go for some good old push.
I wouldn't be surprised at all if that's what they do. The other lanes, you got top lane, moving in onto Mag here, the Grave Chill and the Howl, Kuroki. They go for a bit of the old right click one and forcing Mag back.
That's something always you can do with the Exalt Invoker is go for that Yule Scepter cheesy kind of build because it does take off the Flame Guard as well, so Yule Scepter gets even better this game. And
Pasha on this bottom lane should be alright. I mean, they've got that great counter to Darkseer that they have got the Oracle in lane, so this it's not going to be a nice lane at all for Mind Control. We might see him head into the jungle kind of early on.
It's got Danny with him, and Sioma gets a very early high ground ward by the Ancients here, and I think looking to make sure they know who's behind the Darkseer, and it gives him that extra ability to dive Darkseer. If he's trying to juke in those trees, you have vision of him, so it becomes a very difficult lane for Mind Control to play. But it is, I think, Mind Control's best hero, so
yeah, it's definitely up there. Kind of just going with the harassment with the Searing Chains, but Pash taking a bit more himself, and let's still just Kuroki Matuma man, trying to keep Mag away from the creeps. He's still found himself level 2 here.
Yeah, and Kuro's going to take a bit of damage from the right click. It's not really a favourable trade for him, but not the end of the world.
Lane matchup, bang on even at the moment between the Invoker and the DP.
They started off both with a bit of support there with the Bane and the Dazzle, and then those 2 supports kind of moved on. But getting Spirit Siphoned here in mid. Very annoying spell for him to verse, and if Bane ever kind of is able to get a Nightmare off on him, we could just see a kill happen.
That doesn't need to be careful, and Solo walking into Jarek's Mind Control. He's fine. Just purges off the stone.
That's an interesting level 1 use of. I mean, the mana cost to get rid of the poison touch there.
He's got to run here. There's a DD on Sherman. The Grave Chill actually been enough there to save him. Getting himself out there and keeping him back.
Oh, stay away, Kuro. No Nightmare, luckily. It's still level 1 Bane. I'm not sure that was part of the plan to draw aggro of this entire creep wave, but really not too big a deal. So Dazzle going to come up top too. As soon as the second support for Vega comes up here, Liquid's like, we need to make sure Lycan gets fell. Let's bring both supports.
Just even the moment, I don't know, dropping down the Chaos Meteor with the cold snap as well. Need to force no one back, trying to get a bit of space in there, but it's still neck and neck here between these two mid.
I think Vata really wanted to kill off of that, or he's like kind of crossing his fingers, like hoping for somehow to just get the kill, because no one had a salve. He also has his bottle coming back up, so not really. I mean, Vata now finds himself low mana and a bit lacking in HP for this lane, so not really an ideal trade for him.
Bottom lane, Pasha, he's getting a lot of space. The Dark's here. He's had to go back to base here.
Yeah, he was actually jungling at the big camp, so I think Dark's realizing like he can't actually lane against Oracle.
Leave the lane.
It's going to be better that way for him.
That's going to mean that Solo can obviously look to start moving around the map a bit if necessary, because we'll feel a little bit safer on the bottom lane, mid lane. Battle with the supports coming through, and Mind Control just TPing straight from the tier 2 into the jungle. They'll stick around there.
And now it looks like the stacks are going to start getting farmed up, so Mind Control says, well, jungle over by the secret shop, not enough. Got some more. Vata's very vulnerable in this mid lane, though. That's one of the weaknesses of the Exile Invoker. You can invoke to the Ghost Walk, but you haven't got the HP and the stats from the Quas. You haven't got the Tornado EMP as a defensive tool. You've got to kind of play your lane in a very safe manner.
But at least he has got Jax hanging around on the sidelines, so...
But I'm pretty much dead even, like the carries, the mids,
really
there's no real edge, and neither team looking to go for any big ballsy kills. And this is part of the problem with, like, for Liquid when they don't have Jax on the Tusk or the Earthspear, so they don't have that kill potential.
Look at this aggression from Vega. They come straight up on Tiger, and they put the Siphon onto Jax, but they'll actually turn, and there's going to be Liquid getting the first, but Jax is salving up. Now blocking it up, the Siphon and the Crystal One will end up getting them the kill, but it looks like they might get themselves a second one here. Vata just moving forward, he's surged in, looking for the Death Prophet. Bolt charges coming through, isn't enough. Vata takes the double kill. So a noble sacrifice there from the Dazzle, and worth it every time there for Liquid.
Such a good bait onto the high ground. The salve also was what I don't think Death Prophet dies there if not for that salve, because that meant he had to just stay longer to get the kill. And that was with the triple Spirit Siphon, so all three of those charges being committed for that one, and quite getting the result he was hoping for on the Death Prophet. That gives Vata a huge boost in this mid lane. He's about to hit level 7 now. Full level ahead of Death Prophet and a lot of farm ahead of him.
Mind Control actually returning to the bottom lane now. Just so he's got some XP and so he can do anything, but he might regret his decision. Pasha coming straight in, and stay in the jungle, man. Stay in the jungle. This lane's scary. And it just, Vega just instantly punishing his return to the lane.
Kuro shows up. Looks like he wants to make sure this tower doesn't go down right away, or at least not without deny, and actually will be out of deny range, which may work against Liquid, who could have got an easy deny with the TPs in. Kuro going to try to secure his level 6, and fast level 6 coming. This is just where it looks like based on where things stand right now.
Mag, talking about getting to level 6, he's nearly there. Matumba Man, still top of the CS, 47 for 14 against the 42 for 20, so just a little bit ahead of 9 Pasha. It is close, and getting a nice deep ward here between the two towers. Yeah, they're not going to be aware that he did that at all, their Liquid, so I'll get away with a nice bit of ward placement there, deep. Mind Control, yeah, he's sticking to this camp. He really can't come back to this lane.
Yeah, that's the safest spot on the map for him. Even his own jungle is like, there's a Beastmaster Hawk in there. There's ways for them to get in there and test it. Beastmaster's actually at level 6, so raw available for Vega. That's possibly going to be something they look to play around over the next few minutes of this game.
Let's see. Timberman and himself, level 7. He's got 1k gold. Top of the treads, we'll see if he does get that Vlad, so there's going to be potential for Roshan. They've already got a fairly good lineup for in for level 8.
And he's the one with
double
the
forge spirits. They can just go for it.
Matama Man's actually the one with the TP right now on the side of Liquid. So if you go for a dive and bottom again, I think there's a good chance someone like Lycan TP's in with Shapeshift and tries to get some counter kills. So hero like Ember is fairly squishy with the low base armor. They're beating out Bane here as if they want to try and maybe catch him out in the river.
Oh, I just found a DD. It'll just get nightmared.
I think it should come of this. Prophets are looking to just build up those Spirit Siphon charges, I imagine. Hit 3 of them and can get that 4th as well now that he's maxed out the Spirit Siphon spell.
Alright. Trying to get himself into a position, but yeah, the Death Prophet, understandably, is respecting the Invoker's killing potential as he sits here. Now, what kind of adds up to, it was about 300 damage there. He's going to try for it, but
things fall.
it's a hard one to go for.
Yeah. Guess he was trying to get this sideways ice wall. Like if you cast it when your hero is facing the right direction, you can catch him.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
Kind of side on, and then if he hits the ice wall, the immediate could finish the kill.
Bottom, jumping in on Kuroki. He's not getting out of that one, and Vega take themselves a kill after taking the tower as well. So things going up and up here for Vega's safe laner.
Yeah, their safe lane's gone a lot better compared to Liquid safe. I guess Liquid going for the more slow approach to how they play their safe lane. They put Matama Man in the jungle, so they're trying to maximize their farm. Jarek's is going to hit level 6 already. You've got Visage about to hit level 6 as well. So as far as XP goes, Liquid's getting more out of the lanes and just being a bit greedier, which is where you're going to, if you're Vega, you should be finding those pickoffs, because you need to be punishing Liquid's greed.
So the next point of action is here for the sides. I mean, Death Prophet looking for the Yord. Actually going to smoke up here with the Bane. I'll see what they're able to look for. I'll go towards the top lane. They of course do have that Exorcism ready and waiting. And TP as well coming in from more backup. Oracle's being sent up here. I've got the Raunton with Timberman. He will shapeshift in time. And he'll just look to run away from this. Fortune's end flying through, but it's not going to be held down, so it doesn't hold him in place. And Matuma-man's going to be fine.
Too early with the Raw, it looked like. I think Mag knew that Lycan was about to back off, so it's just like, well, this is kind of obvious what I'm doing, but I've just got to use the Raw and hope my team gets here, which unfortunately wasn't the case. So, tower trades across the map. Vata going for the mid-tier 1 has Forge Spirits and Familiars there. And it looks like a tier 1 top for a tier 1 mid, which is pretty favorable trade for Liquid, assuming they get this, which is not quite yet the case.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Slight there, well, the question is going to be fight off the back of it. They didn't quite have enough people there in time.
And taking the tier 1 mid, like plus tier 1 bottom, really frees up Roshan. It means Vega don't have those kind of structures to TP to and get there quickly to contest it. So this first Rosh should very much be a straightforward, uncontested Liquid Rosh. Archer has a Fire Remnant further back. I did not get scattered by the Familiars, or otherwise they could have looked to have set up off of that.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Nice, straight up.
No vacate.
But as you said, Liquid now do have that control around the pit. Timberman's got the Vlads done. So maybe we'll see them and try and go back and look for that. They'll look to hold on to the tier 1 mid as Vega were trying to get a bit of a push on, so Kuroki TP's back. That's going to be the bottom tower down. Then we'll see, yeah, if Roshan's going to be on the menu anytime soon here for the side of Liquid.
So far it's push on push, we're going to see some Necrobook on Necrobook. This is just teams kind of playing a similar style in draft, and very much they're two styles of draft that don't want to clash heads. They're happy to just take these tower trades. I think it's slightly better for Liquid, who would just need a bit more time to get their items on, whereas for Vega, it's kind of around the levels, the Exorcism. Problem is in the early game, you get one Exorcism every 145 seconds, so you're not exactly able to continually push with this. So pre-Necrobook, they just can't push outside of Exorcism, and we're going to get a very early Roshan as a result of Exorcism being down as well as those two tier 1s being down.
Yeah, Whether the Darling just finished on the Timberman, they're going to be able to make easy work of this. That's going to start to get a bit of a swing going the way of Liquid, but at the moment it's still very, very close. Vega keeping up in levels of farm and towers as well. It's just one tower advantage that they've got. The fact that the mid-tier 1's still standing on the side of Liquid, and it's getting the Aegis on Lycan there.
So Lycan, who's picked up Medallion for now, I don't think we need to see him pick up a full Solar Crest. It's more likely just going to build into the Necrobook for now. Vata actually going for a Rod of Atos very early on.
Oh, that's interesting, yeah. Especially in a game where we were saying either Yules or the Necrobook himself. Yep. Or even the Blink if they're going to go for the split push.
Interesting little pickup, and the slow with the Forward Spirit's Cold Snap is a very powerful combo. To get that really long range. It's got the much longer range initiation compared to the Yules, which you have to get nice and close in for to get the cast off.
Yeah. I guess it's very nice as well for breaking the Death Prophet away when she tries to go for a Spirit Siphon chase down.
Yeah. And, I mean, look at this Invoker, 1400 HP, that's with Intel Treads. He is really tanky right now. Just courtesy of some of the extra stat signs he's picked up, the Vitality Booster, the Wand, the Null Talisman, kind of adds up, and I think this Invoker is going to be a particularly easy kill for Vega to prioritize in the team fight.
Roki, he's managed to find a fair bit of XP. He's level 8 now on the Visage. I guess one of the nice things as well, the fact that they've got a Lycan, he's not going to have to build a medallion necessarily this game. He can afford to go straight for the Aghanims. Shuma for the TP out with a heal bomb. Annihilates the man and Pasha. He's not going to Remnant out. He's having to throw them out at the moment. The change does hold back the Lycan. They'll just move in and Matulaman's ready to go. They'll use the false promise. Turn around with the Fortune's Head. Solo looking for the safe TP out. Will the stubby there in time? Yes, it will. Solo looks to be blown up there by the damage as the false promise comes to an end. That a bit of a pick off. Liquid will just get the push on, and this pushing power to make sure work for this tier 2.
Yeah, Liquid really showing a much faster paced Liquid than like what we're used to from some of the past patches. Like they were a team known for kind of going to the late game, picking more kind of farm intensive heroes like the Fata Razor, but far in this patch in the last week too, we've seen a lot more aggression. The Death Prophet's been coming, well, at least aggressive pushing coming out. Like they've been running Death Prophet themselves. We're not the Death Prophet, it's games like this with the Lycan, and taking a lot of early towers on the map, making good use of Roshan, and right now it just feels like Vega aren't getting enough done up on the map anyway.
Switch over to net worth and we can see, yeah, 7k plus on both of the cores compared to the 6 and the 5 or 2 of Vega, but pick off for one fight they could certainly turn it. Mag got himself up to level 2 Necro, and here we have a smoke from them. See what they can get. At the moment it is just Fata up here on his Invoker.
Yeah, they've got to realize like they can't just keep playing at this tempo, otherwise Liquid's just going to take all the towers. Next stages they're going to start threatening the high ground with double, like, or even if it's not double Necrobook, maybe Fat doesn't go on, even if it's just the Lycan with Necrobook and the Forward Spirits, like their high ground's going to melt. Alacrity plus Iron Shell on a Lycan is pretty damn scary. That's here we haven't even talked about mind control in this Dark Series. He hasn't done anything in this game, to be honest. He hasn't needed to.
He's just sat here, can't farm the jungle.
Yeah, that's fine.
He's got there, he's got his items.
He's playing the Fata role, which is you go jungle with Razor and you just farm up, and you come out later and suddenly you're monstrous. So it's all according to the plan for Liquid, and the rest of the team is kind of giving him that space to play. I mean, it's not even about giving him the space. Everyone on Liquid just had all the space in the world to farm and take towers, so Vega Smoke doesn't lead anywhere, and they're kind of just back to kind of farming, but not even really farming. Like you've got Beastmaster top, he's been the one hero with pretty decent item progression. Death Prophet and Ember doing well, but you expect them to like be able to get these early items and fight, which hasn't been the case, largely because of how Roshan went down.
It's a push. Another tier 2 here for the guys, and they're ulting straight up. They want to fight, moving forward. Bane will Nightmare himself. Solo getting chased down here. He has a false promise available here, so he needs to be careful from a Timmerman who's going to go for Liquid and themselves one. The Wolves chasing down Solo, they get themselves a second. It's just like a piston changed, holding down the big bad wall. They'll start to walk away, and the Rod of Atos very nicely thrown out onto Beastmaster, so he couldn't get in range there for a roll.
So nicely played and calculated, like the Lycan pushing his hero to limits to get the Oracle kill, and while he's doing that, his team's not chasing with him, they're just hitting the tower, so they get it down to half HP on the tier 3, and very good usage of the first Aegis. I wasn't expecting him to be able to do much damage to a high ground with his first Aegis, but they time out the shapeshift well, get a kill or two, gets damage on tier 3, and now it's going to expire, but they did all of that with level 1 Necrobook and not a whole lot else. Like fastest thing on 3k gold, so even though they're ahead by like 5,000-6,000 net worth before that fight, all of it's just in like stored up gold right now. They haven't actually spent all that much of it, so Vega just getting a bit caught out there, and Liquid with some very fine polished play.
See if they can do anything. Smoked up off the back of this, moving straight across.
timing it with the
They
Aegis
might get
expiry.
Matuma Man.
Yeah,
That would be the pick off of Matuma Man. He's in a lot of trouble. They might just have to let this man go. Yeah, straight up. Controls there, and he's dead.
Guru walks into a sentry, needs to be just...
Oh, the Rod of Atos. Can they set up anything with this?
I don't think they want to go chasing into this
A
one.
little bit too risky here. Yeah, not worth trying to find that one. And meanwhile, Pasha getting some space up top. He's going to start to build into his Battle Fury.
Tower is under
He's
attack.
getting the lane pressure right across towards the tier 2.
Tower is under attack.
Mind control, I guess, next. He'd probably want to look to the Blink Dagger this game. There's no reason to finish off the Greaves first, is there? I mean, there's some silence with the DP. Greaves,
And the
maybe?
Greaves is so good for the high ground push. Like
it's true, the way they're playing.
Just the way they're playing, they don't need mind control to be an initiator. Like they're gonna just find the kills off of the Exalt Invoker, and the Lycan can kind of chase people down with summons. So I think because they're so all in on the push, the Greaves is fine if he wants to go for that over the Blink Dagger. But realistically, Liquid's not in any rush to end things, so they could probably get both items. The next Roshan's really the big timing for them. It was a long Rosh respawn. The clock that popped up showed that it was going to be like close to the max respawn, which means they'll have to wait quite a long time. They've got plenty of items they can pick up. If they really want to like starve Vega out, they could go for an early gem. And just for Vega, they're not really farming anywhere on the map.
Solo, he's DP'd in. Matuma Man was ready and waiting. False Promise comes out there. The Sudden Strike. Gonna hit. It's not gonna pop him, is it? Oh, it is. Damn.
He knew he was dead, so he tried to turn around and fight.
Radiant's top tower is
Necron
under
is
attack.
fighting away at him, and well, no one slowed down here by the Grave Chill. Matuma Man finds himself a free hort, more money into the pocket of this man, and closing in on that level 3 Necron with this tower. He's going to be very, very close. The push,
Radiant's top
this
tower
strat's
has
definitely
fallen.
working out for Liquid so far.
And they're
Dire's
defending their
middle
towers
tower
while they
is
do
under
this, so they
attack.
could have gone for a tier 2 top lane. Now let's just deny gold from Vega if possible.
Dire's middle
And
tower
of course to
has fallen.
defensively raw, and he's now
Radiant's
being
top
chased down,
tower
luckily
is
away
under
from the
attack.
familiars, as the first TP will be successful. Next TP maybe not so successful if he's going to get chased down. The familiar trying to cut him off, but there's no heroes in the neighborhood.
But they just turn around and clear out the creep wave, and well, they get the level 3 Necro out yet? No, he's got the money, he's not spending it.
This just doesn't really feel like classic Vega. Like I think Pasha, Ember Spirit, and like when Vega were at their prime, when they were winning like ESL 1 New York and stuff, and it was always much more aggressive and faster tempo. Right now we're just seeing a very slow pace from Vega. I mean, largely because of the way Liquid's kind of sticking together and taking towers, and they haven't got the right heroes to fight into it, but they haven't been using Exorcism that much. If anything, I feel like Vega, when they're confident and playing well, I think they've just been in a slump lately, would not be playing at this speed. They'd be really taking the game to Liquid rather than letting Liquid just do their thing.
Asher, he has found Kuroki here.
Kuro's rushing a Lotus Orb.
Oh,
First item.
okay. I guess good against the Bayonet and the of course the Beastmaster with their ults.
A lot of good spells to reflect. I feel like whenever you're picking up a Lotus Orb, especially this early, you're not necessarily thinking like what can you reflect. You're thinking more about like what's it dispelling, like the repel factor. And this game it's just the Death Prophet silence. So
Yeah.
in some ways it will be like, let's chuck it on the Lycan, and that means he can't get rawed, he can't get... You've got 2 big ultimates that lock down the super fast Lycan shapeshift in place, so he put the Echo Shell on him and it will help out a lot.
I guess in that sense, Matuma Man is his next time. Do you think can you go for something aggressive here, like a Basher into Abyssal, or does he need to get BKB this game?
I think BKB's safe and
bet.
fine. If you feel like, oh, let's end the game and go for the all-in play, he picks up like a Deso for the tower sieging, since he can just hit the tower while he's got Echo Shell on him, but okay, if he doesn't have BKB, he'll just get like Nightmared and stuff, and even though you can toggle it off with Lycan Wolves, it's still kind of annoying. You just want to have that BKB and vulnerability to base right now. Liquid very much is all about breaking base. Like it's a pretty low kill game. I mean, Liquid ahead, but it's as far as kills go. But very much it's been just a kind of strategic play from them, where they're just taking building by building. And Vegas had enough. They're going to want to move. Very much thinking Rosh is coming up soon. They want to smoke and ideally get a couple pickoffs and have Rosh respawn right away. It's going to be such a long Rosh respawn that may not go so well for them though.
Oh, no one's going to watch straight into this.
like
They're ready to
before.
fight though, Liquid. They want to try and give this a go. Passion remnants forward. The vacuum. The wall catching the heal bomb as well. And now the new jump, that false promise is not going to save back. He is screwed because Shallow Grave keeping Man alive here. Mag will pop. Dude at the moment on the side of Vega. Shoma's going to get trapped on the ice wall. He's going to go down as well. 4 dead. He's trying to get a triple kill. And Vega just waltzing up into that choke point. And Liquid were there ready and waiting.
It's like very close to like GG point. And Liquid very much waiting for it because they know Vega's play is to come and contest Roshan. So it's not up yet, but it's very much these plays are happening around now because Roshan is coming up any second now. So it's unfortunate for Liquid that max respawn time, but they say, okay, that we can't get Roche right now, let's at least push out these bottom lanes, force Vega to be on the defensive and pushing out lanes as soon as they respawn, and they can even get some damage onto this tier 3 mid tower. Essentially force a glyph. That would be like a best case scenario. Exorcisms on cooldown. We could see them actually threaten high ground despite not having Aegis. Matamba Man's shapeshift comes up a lot faster than the Death Prophet Exorcism, and Beef suggests they're ready to go.
Yeah, that's it. They're already incredibly low, and let's see if they can try and themselves a set of Rex. 23 minutes in, Matamba Man, he's got the low sword onto him, and will be silenced afterwards. Gets popped, and the Nightmare is there. Fada's just trying to get himself in position for the combo. Throws down the Tornado. Catches the Death Prophet, Ice Wall, and Chaos Meteor getting thrown down. Brain Step onto Kuroki. Still just with a slight of this spam from Pasha, trying to force back the side of Liquid, and it's going to start to work. Liquid, careful now. Just seeing what the next plan's going to be.
Looks like they want to re-engage with shapeshift.
Oh, they want to go. Yep. Straight in. Here's the fight. Jolt Solo straight away has to false promise himself. This is never good. There's going to be a finish to fight up, but they've managed to kill the Bane. Raw gets struck down onto the Matamba Man, but the Wolves, the Necro units, the army, and Matamba Man's going to win. He turns back to Noah. It's a triple kill for the Lycan. Now looking towards Pasha. It will seriously change up the wall. Shallow Grave is there though. He has to run himself out. There's a buyback from Oracle, but again, we're just taking these fights with absolute bravado.
That was a huge swing going Liquid's way, and again they'll be set up in a good position to take Roshan. Exorcism will be up for this, so... Oh, mid lane Pasha! Oh, he almost died to a Sunstrike. It was just like farming up like some creep waves, and then suddenly a big Sunstrike comes in from across the map and almost takes him out. His one usage actually saved him. I mean, Liquid is just crashing right now. 15k gold lead. They're gonna get Aegis. They haven't taken a lane of Rax, but they only get better and better at doing so as time goes on. So I think realistically this is very close to the end for Vega. They've got the Battle Fury Ember, but I don't think that's going to cut up the high ground defense.
Roshan has fallen to the dark.
He needs more items, and he's a long way away from them with that Blink purchase.
Kuro's now got the gem, so this is very much like making all the right moves to try and close out the game. Not necessarily in like one big knockout punch, but bit by bit they can just chip away at Vega's economy, prevent their ability to move out on the map by dewarding them, starve them out, keep them locked up in their base, and you've got complete access to the entire map to farm. And
Pasha.
Haven't actually got great. This is like in theory a really good Ember game because of the lack of control and lockdown for him, but Pasha hasn't died all game. He's 1-0-2, but he's also unable to fight into a 5-man push, which is he is kind of unkillable.
Yeah, it certainly takes time for him to get online, and Liquid aren't looking to give the side of Vega any of that time. Now 26 minutes in, they are yet to take a set of racks, which, I mean, it certainly feels like they're on a bit of a timer. But then again, we've seen games in the past where Matamba Man still shows us that the Lycan is just such a dominant force in the later portions of the game. So I don't feel Liquid will feel that much pressure.
No, they're not on a timer until they start losing fights.
Yes.
So as long as it's very much like a gold graph that's dipping and dipping. I don't feel like, oh, the game's gone to 40 minutes in, Vega's stronger now, because you go 40 minutes in, you're looking at like a 30k gold lead instead of a 20k gold lead, assuming Liquid don't lose any bad fights, which shouldn't really happen with where their draft's at right now. So I think this game can go 40, 50 minutes, and it comes down more to Vega making a big team fight happen that heavily goes their way. Fata, Invoker, another hero which I feel scales. There's 3 cores on this dire side that scale incredibly well late game. Visage also, in some ways, going to be a big late game threat as well. Dazzle, always great with Grave. That spell gets better as time goes on, so no problems for Liquid if this game drags. But at the same time, hey, it's late. They've got more matches tomorrow. I'm sure they won't be wanting this game to go 1 hour plus.
So we'll see what Liquid can do it. As the weave to lead in with, still with the Aegis. To go Liquid.
Radiant's
Now
bottom
come the
tower
push.
is under
Looking at the
attack.
tier 3s, no one. He's got exorcism. Got Silas down to next push. That's the tier 3 down. That put down the crit swarm. Now with the Spirit Siphon onto the Timberman. With a stun. Harder coming in with a tornado and the meteor coming. Definitely blast up to the vacuum. The wall getting dropped in the middle of the rack. They've got to run. The Silent They've got to be careful for the Timberman. The folks to no one. With the Timberman kept alive there. By Jack this shallow grave. That's going to be 2 dead. Double kill for Croak. There'll be a buyback on the death profit. These grip onto Barlet. And they have this the bird coming in and the Bane is already dead. Bane getting taken down. They'll lose no one as well. Only the Yellow Spirit left alive here. The rest of the 4 on the side of Vega don't have buyback. Liquid GG. Vega call it. Liquids. The strat worked. 28 minutes in there, it was too much.
This is a very scary looking Liquid team right now. They took down Secret in their group and took down Secret in like 20 minutes. I think it was largely a draft and strategy thing, but this game I think even scarier as far as the teams who have to face Liquid. They're looking somewhat unstoppable right now and definitely the favorite to win Group B and probably go undefeated in Group B.